Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and in today's video let's have a look at a little trick on how to make your simulator look quite a bit better in an instant without any FPS loss. This trick was shown to me by Nick from Black Square when we recorded the Starship previews together, and it really works. So thank you very much to Nick, and guys, do check out the Starship if you're interested in that. I do want to show it with an airliner though, so let's have a look at the iFly 737 MAX today. But this applies to basically any airplane in the simulator that has an airframe that is based on the color white or anything very bright. Now, you can see that in any time except for hard winter, so anything except for December, January, around that time, the sim is just going to completely overexpose the color white. And it leads to you losing a lot of details when looking at the airframe. For example, over here we can't see any of the riveting, we can't see any of the details on the 737. Heck, on the engine over here I can hardly even make out the transition between the cowling and the strut that connects the engine with the wing. Now, with Sim Update 2, Asobo has introduced a slider that we can use to adjust this overexposure to something a little bit more decent. Let's have a look at what this looks like. So we go into the settings down here, and then we've got this exposure compensation EV over here. And if you turn this one to the left, that basically turns your simulator a little bit darker, but I couldn't actually see like the whole picture going darker. It's mostly actually just fixing that overcompensation. Nick recommended a value of 0.65, and now if we save this one again, you can see that suddenly things do become quite a bit better already. And you can actually turn this one a little bit further down. So if we go into the settings here again and just turn it to something like -1, then you can really see this effect in a rather extreme way already. But do play with this and see what kind of values work best for your simulator. I think the 0.65 recommended by Nick are actually working rather well, but the -1 that we are just trying over here is actually not too bad either. Especially if you're now tilting your view up a little bit and just have a look around the rest of the scenery, then -1 is also working pretty well. So I would recommend that you take your airplane, take it airborne, fly it somewhere into an approach or so, somewhere where you can see some terrain, the airplane, and most importantly clear skies, so that you have the full sunlight exposure that would create this effect. And then just play with that a little bit and see what's going to come out of it. Personally, 0.65 works pretty well, -1 also works pretty well, and that's of course -0.65. So do play around with this and see what works best on your simulator and your computer setup. Obviously things like your display brightness, etc. are going to come into play here over as well, so you gotta find a setting that works very well for you. Personally, I'm pretty happy with this. It has absolutely zero influence on your frame rate, because it basically just changes a little bit of the depiction without creating any additional objects or anything that could have a frame rate impact. So absolutely a setting that you should check out, and it really doesn't take anything. You can do this on the fly, on your next flight in cruise, take a little bit of time and try it out. Let me know if you've tried this one already, and let me know your experience with this. I'm very much eager to hear your opinion, and with that out of the way, thank you very much for watching. Leave your like, comment and subscribe, and if you really love what I'm doing on this channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee link in the video description below. With that out of the way, thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one.